What's up, everybody? This is Soul Talk with Kilfox. I am your girl, Kilfox. Um, I'm coming out here to do a quick video because I said I was going to, referring back to when I was talking about how you can reprogram yourself. So if you find yourself just absolutely um, mudded up by, you know, loops and cycles that you just can't break free from, that you just can't get out of, um, what I'm about to teach you is going to allow your mind to start thinking differently. And that shift, if you continue to do it, that shift will make some major, major changes in your life. Now, I have to warn you, um, I'm not a licensed professional of any kind, not legally, not medically, not psychologically. Okay, so don't just run with this. Do your own research, whatever. As far as I'm aware, this is not harmful. Okay, if you're truly somebody who has, you found yourself living in a place where you don't understand how you got here. You don't understand why things never work out. You don't understand how you can't get out. Why you can't get out. Why you can't escape. Why you can't be different. Why you can't do different things, right? Okay, this is very, very helpful. Um, there's something else that I was gonna say, but it'll come back to me. Now, this is what I did to start my journey, okay? And the warning here is that depending on how deep your situation and traumas go, um, like it's going to uproot you, okay? And you don't have to go along with the uprootedness, right? So let's say you reprogram or you shift a little bit, all right? What it does basically, essentially, is open up channels and opportunities for you, that are only available to you that you can pronounce on for yourself. Um, but you don't have to accept them. You don't have to follow through with anything. You don't have to change anything about your life. Maybe you just want that mental shift so that maybe you can start seeing your world differently, understanding people differently. So, um, what you'll do is, I guess I'll start by saying this. Almost all of us have watched a screen at some point in time, minimum, right? We've all watched TV of some kind, movies, whatever. We've watched that screen. We've listened to the audio. We've associated it with the audio, and we just take it for how we perceive it as that. Now, things are different, and you might have noticed this if you've ever watched a movie that is not in your language, right? Maybe you have to read the captions. But think about this for a moment. What what you should do is you should, if that's what you're doing, you're watching shows with the captions. I encourage you to watch the show without the captions. You can start by doing it this way by watching a movie filmed in another language that you don't understand, but don't put the captions on. I want you to watch the entire episode or movie or whatever it is and draw your own conclusions about what is going on, right? Um, that's going to be one way to reprogram. The next level up, I would say, is by watching any program with no audio and just observing the subjects and the matter within the film or the video, whatever. You are going to get a totally new perspective. And what I encourage for that particular assignment is to find something that you have not seen before. Okay? It could be as ridiculous as it could be a simple cartoon, it can be a movie, it can be literally anything. It could be a news show, okay? But leave the captions off, keep it muted, and watch and observe these people and the interactions that they're having with one another. And what you'll come to find out is that what their energy is saying is most usually not consistent with what the storyline or the language is trying to portray. Um, when you do this, you'll be able to start seeing actors. Let's take a game show or something live, news or something like that. If you take the audio off and you watch two or more characters interact with each other, people, I say characters, but I'm talking about like real humans, right? You can actually see how they feel about one another in real life. Because they have to, they have to be respectful on camera. There's some things that they're not allowed to say and express, right? But that is not going to keep their body from expressing what it is that how they feel, right? And so when you watch news stories and stuff like that, turn that audio off. Watch what happens. You're going to see who has animosity against who, right? Uh, and then when you're done, I encourage you to go back and watch it with the audio so that you can see the difference. And then when you start listening with the audio for the second time after you've watched just the visuals without audio, you're basically layering your perception now. So instead of just going straight in and having that audio, basically put it's like, what do you call those? Training wheels on your bicycle. It's like putting training wheels on your bicycle. But if you want to learn to read energy, this is the way to do it. Turn that audio off. Pay attention to people's reactions, their expressions, where they're looking, how they're standing, and you're going to read that body language perfectly. And then when you watch it again, of course, with the audio, you're going to be like, wow. Wow. And I would say the third level to this, which is, I feel the strongest reprogramming of all, is to put headphones or earbuds in. Play some music. Find a playlist of music and put it on. Then you're going to mute your TV. Well, I guess you don't really have to mute it if you've got headphones on. Just make sure it's loud enough, that it's not, that you can't hear the TV, if that's the case. But go ahead and mute that TV and watch any show, okay? And as you're listening to that audio, it could be from music, it could even, I'm saying music, but it could literally be from any other video or show or podcast that you could be listening to. And you're going to be watching on the TV something totally different. And what you're going to notice is, eventually, the sounds, the reactions, the hits, it's going to start synchronizing with the visuals of the TV. I crap you not. If you do this and you're truly paying attention, the audio is going to start matching with the TV. Okay, it's not going to be the same storyline as the original video is trying to express, right? But you're going to see characters moving at the same time as the audio, reacting the same way as the audio. Like it's nuts. It's bananas. Okay, and this is a simple, really simple trick that you can use to start reprogramming. Now, if you do step 3, or what I consider the strongest reprogramming level of this, and you do it often, that's where you're going to see the largest, strongest, fastest change happen. It's pretty magical. It's pretty strong, and I am definitely It's not pretty strong. It's really effing strong. It's really effing strong. Okay. So if you're in need of that change and you don't have direction, you don't have help, you don't have guidance, you're stuck, you don't know why you're stuck, you know, this is not what you wanted, this is not what you signed up for, and you know this, then do this. Okay? I suggest starting at level 1. Work your way up to level 2, then level 3. But it's not going to hurt if you jump to level 3. It's not. It's just, like I said, it's going to bring about a faster, stronger change. And depending on what you're ready for, maybe you're ready for that. But if you're not, take baby steps. Start with level 1. It literally changed my life. Literally changed my life in less than 6 months. Like, I just started changing, you know, as a human being, and really started tuning in to me. It allowed me to reconnect with myself. It allowed me to start hearing myself again. When you take away audio and you're forced to use just your eyes, you're gonna do what? That's gonna bring what? Clarity. It's going to bring you visual clarity. So yeah. There is another technique that I have. It's not reprogramming. It's more like if you're looking for a trip without substance, without using substances, I should say. If you're, and this will actually work as an anesthetic as well. So people who are, you know, forced into some surgeries and stuff without anesthetic, it's as strong as that too. But it's basically, you're going to have someone lie down, right? And and then you'll have 2 people. Let me just say this. It works with two people working together. One person lays down, the other person is looking at the person who is laying down from above, but this person's face is, how do I put it? Like, this person is going to be looking over that person, and this is this person's head, this is the other person's head. Okay, so you're looking at each other upside down, if that makes sense. I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to actually try and find some graphics for you guys so that I can be even more specific. But when you do that, and you focus on this part of the face, from like the eyes down, and you're viewing each other both at the same time, upside down, and what you'll do is you'll start communicating, talking about anything, because it's going to bring about such weirdness and awkwardness, but yet familiarness. It's like, to me, when I do that, it feels alien, like I'm talking to an alien. But I know this alien, right? Because I know the person I'm talking to. Anyway, it's designed to change your perspective and to push and force focus right there with those 2 people when they're looking at each other upside down. It forces them. That was one of our cats. But yeah, it forces you into a different frequency. A different frequency. But it's really fun. Like I said, no substances involved. It does serve, in some cases, as a natural anesthetic. And then, you know, if you're just wanting to be goofy and want to have some fun and try it out, I suggest going for it. It's like a little trip in itself, you know? It's fun, it's funny, and it's heartwarming, really. Because you start seeing the person that you've known your whole life. Like, if that's someone you've known your whole life, you'll see them in that moment quite differently. Totally differently. Like, the both of you are gonna see each other totally differently. But it's fun, and I will dedicate a video to that with the visuals so that you guys can see. I personally am a strong visual learner. I prefer to learn visually, but so I understand how important that is, especially when I'm talking about something that's, you know, requires like positions and stuff, and you know, so you can see each other upside down. But it's pretty wicked. And I would like to do a frame of like me or someone else and show you like really what it looks like to view that someone upside down. It's totally wicked. It's totally fun. And yeah. Well, that's all I have for you guys. So we have some reprogramming techniques. And then we have this other technique that I was telling you about. Like I said, it serves as a natural anesthetic. It's honestly, it's food for the soul. It's food for the soul because you're connecting with the human being in a way that you have never connected with anyone. You know, it really brings out like that the childlikeness. You know, it brings out our child when you do things like this, and it's a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll try to do a video to be more visual with you guys, but in the meantime, this will give you something, right? If you're looking to reprogram yourself, these are simple, safe ways to do that. Most people have the means of doing these methods. And yeah, and as I awaken to more methods, I'll be happy to share them with you guys if that's what you're interested in. And yeah, so if you're looking to break the chains, if you're looking to break free, you gotta start. You gotta start somewhere, right? And we want to be safe. We want to be healthy. We don't have to rely on substances in order to receive a different perspective and receive answers and solve questions. There are so many other ways of doing that, such as this. So I hope this helps. Please leave comments. If you try this at home, please, I want to know how it works out for you. Because I guarantee it's going to change something about your perspective. I promise you. And until next time, you guys, I love you and stay cool. Bye.